this morning, so we have a few more positives, myself included. The message to the team, as you can imagine, is we all have to just do our job. So that's what I'm doing, making sure that we're staying engaged in the meetings, ran our meetings this morning, continuing to game plan and get ready for a big game on Saturday. We'll adjust the schedule this afternoon. We'll bring the guys in for walkthroughs today. So we'll bring the defense in first. We'll be outside, masked up, spread out. Really, the guys will go from the parking lot right onto the field. Then we'll have a brief special teams walkthrough, and then we'll have an offensive walkthrough after that, and then add some more virtual meetings this afternoon. So really, that's where we are. We've been here before, and I don't feel much different than I felt yesterday in terms of everybody has to step up depending on who's available. And with that, I'll take any questions.
Thank you, Coach. First question will go to Daryl Ryder.
Yeah, Coach, how confident are you that you're going to be able to get the work in? You're not practicing these last couple of days. I understand Tuesday because coming off the game, but not being able to practice today, the possibility you might not going forward here. Just how confident are you guys going to be able to get the prep work in you need?
Yeah, Daryl, I tell you, you kind of lean on what you did last year, and we had weeks like this. So it's not ideal, obviously, but the hope is to get a full speed practice in tomorrow if we can. And we'll deal with tomorrow. But I think the guys understand what needs to get done today, and that's really what's most important.
And what, if anything, are you hearing from the NFL? A lot of fans are asking, could this thing be postponed if there's more positives, et cetera? Just what are you hearing from the league office right now? Is this thing going forward no matter what?
Yeah, again, I'm kind of keeping the focus on today. We have a game Saturday at 4:30, unless someone tells me otherwise. And really, we just have to focus on what we need to do to prepare. And that's our full expectation, is to get out there with our guys Saturday and go find a way.
Thanks. Thank you, Daryl. Tony Grossi, go ahead.
Kevin, two questions. Number one, just to be blunt, would you like to see this game postponed?
I'd like to see the Browns play well versus the Raiders.
Okay. The second question is, the other day, Baker hosted an event. Does that need to be cleared by the team? And have you advised against such things? I know they're well-intentioned and all.
Yeah, I think, Tony, with that, our guys, as you know, being in the community and giving back to the community is a very, very big deal to us. Now, we want to do that responsibly. And we always follow CDC guidelines, the league's protocols, and that's what our team will continue to do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Tom Withers, go ahead.
Thanks, Rob. Hey, Kevin, I don't know if you know this answer. Do you know what variant you tested positive for?
I do not.
You don't. And along the lines of what Tony's just asking, Kevin, when does this become undoable? When does this become, not being able to put enough guys out there?
I'm not worried about that, Tom. I'm worried about today, having great meetings, our walkthrough. Really, that's what our focus is. And that's what I told the team, Tom. We have to focus on our job, and then we have to do our job. I understand that there's distractions. I understand that there's a lot going on, but I really don't care. I think what I care about is making sure that we have our best week of preparation.
Thanks.
Thank you, Tom. Jake Trotter's next.
Yeah, Kevin. So do you think it's possible you guys could get to Saturday without being able to do an actual practice? I mean, is it conceivable that you might have to do walkthroughs every day this week?
Yeah, Jake, I don't know is the best way to put it.
Do you have the lucky spot in the basement ready to go just in case?
It's ready to go just in case, like you said.
Thanks, Jake. Mary Kay Cabot, you're up.
Yeah, Kevin, can you talk about, the notion, the idea of going into this game without Baker Mayfield and so many other guys, but without Baker Mayfield, Case Keenum having to start the game, and what you think the outlook is there?
Yeah, Mary Kay, I would tell you, spoke to Baker this morning, was on virtual meetings with him. He's locked in, and really that's what everybody has to do. We all, whether you're positive or not, injured or otherwise, you got to stay locked in and ready to go and see how it plays out. We're really trying to deal with things minute to minute and hour by hour here, but Baker specifically is locked in.
Do you guys, is there any chance of any of these getting reversed? Is there Is it possible that there's something kind of weird going on with your testing and that there's any hope whatsoever of anything changing?
Yeah, I don't know specific to that, Mary Kay. I think, as you know, the rules being that you have to return 2 negative tests. So that'll be our goal.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Kay. Nate Orr, go ahead.
Kevin, with Alex Van Pelt and Mike Prefer and you guys going through this, in the playoffs, how much can you lean on that experience? How much can they lean on that experience? And just, here you are again. I know it's not technically a playoff game, but season on the line, those guys in that spot, what's your confidence in them?
Yeah, my confidence, as you can imagine, is incredibly high with all of our coaches. And we have been through this before. So if I'm unavailable on Saturday, I have the utmost confidence in Coach Preef and AVP. And really, that's the mentality we have as an organization with our players, with our coaches. Next man up.
And do you have a next man up or next coach up, next woman up? Because Callie is on the staff, obviously, for running backs. What are you doing there, Kevin?
Yeah, AVP and I are working through that. Kevin Rogers, who's one of our senior assistants, is in that room already. So we'll work through that.
Thank you, Nate. Aditi Kinkabwala has our next question.
Hey, Coach Stefanski, can you tell us, are the majority of these guys asymptomatic right now? How is everybody feeling in general?
Yeah, Aditi, I can't get into the specifics, but I'm feeling fine if you care.
Well, I do. Of course I care. Is there a set? My understanding is that you only have one unvaccinated player on your entire team. If you were asked by the league right now, because the owners are meeting, they're talking about this policy, do you feel differently about the testing? Do you think that if the majority of players are vaccinated and asymptomatic, would you rather just all be out there together? What's your advice?
Yeah, my advice, as you can probably already guess, is I'm going to focus on my job and what I have to do, which is get the team ready to play Saturday. And we may have some guys that are unavailable, so we'll get some of their backups ready. But that's really where our focus has to go in a situation like this, Aditi. And I understand all the things that are going on outside of our building and whatnot, but we really have to keep our focus on what we have to do.
Thank you, Aditi. Scott Petrick, you're up.
Hey, Kevin, I get what you're saying about keeping the focus on today and this week. So how do you get the players to not freak out or not be discouraged by the slew of positive tests?
Yeah, I think part of it, Scott, is having been through similar situations last season, seeing, looking around the league and what other people are dealing with. It's just another obstacle that's in the way. We have really good leadership on this team with our players, and I really believe that they're going to focus on the task at hand.
And his organization connected this slew of tests to the bye week, guys traveling around the country, and that might have a role in this?
I don't think we've gone that far to understand it exactly.
Thanks.
Thank you, Scott. Marla Reidner, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, you talked yesterday about boosters, but the fact that you tested positive after being boosted, I mean, is that somewhat, I don't know, alarming or just, more make you worry for your family and everyone?
Yeah, I think more with all of this, as you know, it's can be frustrating, but we just got to continue to listen to the experts in our areas and try to keep everybody safe. My family, your family, that's going to be our task moving forward.
And I don't know, do you know anything about if you had to forfeit, would the league do that? I mean, people are asking that question, just, how does that work? Do you have any idea?
I really don't, but as you can imagine, our focus is on preparing and getting ready to play a big game.
Thank you.
Thanks, Marla. Ashley Bassett, go ahead.
Hey, Kevin, with you this week, as you guys do these walkthroughs or practices, whatever they end up being, since you're participating virtually, I guess just what does that look like for you these next few days?
Yeah, I'm on the virtual call with the guys and making phone calls and sending text messages. I might peek through the fence from the outside, watching how they're doing, but I think the guys proved last year they don't need me. So I'm here. I'm going to support them. I'm going to do my job. But if I can't be out there with them on Saturday, they'll be ready to go.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ashley. Tony Grossi, back to you.
Kevin, when it comes to those two players who were supposed to return to practice today, Ronnie Harrison and Harrison Bryant, if you're unable to take the field all week, can you make a decision on whether they're ready to play?
Yeah, I do, Tony, because you watched Ronnie at practice last week. I saw Ronnie work out before the game. I've seen Harrison run, so I feel good about where they're progressing. And then, like you mentioned, if we didn't, hypothetically have that, but you could take them to the game and see them move around before the game. I think those are two very diligent players that I do think could play if that's how it shakes out.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Let's take one more. Cam Justice.
Hey, Kevin, I was just wondering, you obviously have all these contingency plans throughout the season for this moment, but this one feels like it's ramping up a little bit bigger than maybe any of us expected. As this is happening and ongoing, are you working to create additional contingency plans? And what does that planning look like for you guys when you're faced with something this big now?
Yeah, I think that's what we do, Cam. You have plan A, you have plan B, and good thing those whiteboards can be erased. And listen, we have, and I said it yesterday, we have guys on this roster that we trust. We have guys on this roster that we've been developing that are in the meetings, diligent about their preparation. And if we're calling on them this week, they'll be ready. That's what they do. That's their job. So again, our job as coaches, finding out who's available to us, and then putting together a game plan where these guys can go play fast, play free, and play to the best of their ability. That's what we have to do this week. And really, like I mentioned before, is just adjusting hour by hour here.